Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Filter StarCraft for episode number 4 of my Bronze to Master series. If you've been following, you kind of know the idea here. Episode 4 is going to be just Silver League games, so I'm going to play probably 2 games because I don't think 3 is all that important. Ends up making the video a little bit long for most people to watch, so we'll just smash out a couple games really quick. The main purpose of these videos is to demonstrate what I'm trying to teach works at the level it's aimed at. That's it. That's all really. So I just want to help you get a little bit better, and through watching these videos, just demonstrate that hey, what I'm trying to do, it works. So just wish this guy good luck, have fun. Funnily enough, the first game I played, the guy was actually just trying to lose his games and get into bronze, so I had to scrap that one because he didn't really do anything. Or for this one, hopefully he plays a little bit more serious. First opponent is going to be random, which, if you ever played ladder, sometimes playing against random can be a little bit stressful. It's always a little bit embarrassing when you randoms your race and you lose the mirror match. That happens to me fairly often, but no big deal. So we're just going to go ahead and execute our play the same way we have been, which means we're trying to get to that 50 SCV mark. Hoping to get our expansion down at 345. We're looking at a 650 factory, and we're hoping to get a starport shortly after that. So we want to be pushing out of our base, in this case at 10 minutes. Just making sure we can hopefully kill them off here. Now the rules for this game for me are going to be no scouting, so I'm not allowed to go scout him even though he's random, which makes it even weirder. But not allowed to scout him. Not allowed to micro, which means I can't stutter step or do anything fancy with my units. Just keeps it really basic, really clean. No third base, so I'm not taking a third base. Again, the reasoning for not taking a third base is there's specific timings and ways to take a third base, which I feel it's not too important to learn really early. Taking a third is actually pretty difficult. It's a little bit more complicated than it sounds. It's not as simple as, well, I have 400 minerals and taking a third. No, if you have 400 minerals, you're probably not executing your build properly. Or you could have added extra production, that kind of stuff. So, really simple. I'm also not going to be grabbing upgrades, so I'm not going to be grabbing any +1 or any of that junk. No big deal. I will grab stim, but again, I'm not going to use it. The reason I'm going to grab it is just because it's something that's really important, and you should have it, and you should use it. But for my purpose, it would end up giving me a fairly large advantage, I feel, so there's no point. One thing I do want to emphasize that a lot of people that have been watching the videos have kind of been doing is you don't have to follow the same rules I do. The only reason I have these rules is so that I don't gain an advantage over my opponent in a way that I would consider unfair. So, because I do play at Masters League, my micro is not the best, but it's Masters League micro. It's not bad, so I could probably out-micro a lot of these Bronze Silver League players. So let's say all of them, but I think I'll micro a lot of them. And if I can handicap myself, I may as well do it a little bit. So what I'm going to do next is just grab my supply depot. We're going to place it up here. The reason we want to place it up there is that's where a lot of shenanigans can happen, proxies. Sometimes you see a pylon up there. None of that stuff's ever good. And we're going to grab our bunker. We're actually going to pull our bunker back a little bit. The reason you pull your bunker back is so that his units have to come to this little choke and you have a nice big concave to shoot at him. That's ideal, right? That's what you're looking for. Any kind of advantage like that you can get is a good one. So, as soon as I get up to 300 minerals here, I'm going to look to throw down 2 barracks. Grab this guy, throw down the first one. Grab this other guy, throw down the second one. Again, you see I'm not missing an SCV and I'm not going to miss a Marine.
Not enough minerals.
Really, really important to keep it clean. If you're skipping units, like you skip an SCV, you skip a Marine, that's enough money for a barracks, but that's not a good way to make barracks, right? So now we have enough money to grab our 2 gas, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Make sure I'm not missing an SCV. Bunker's finished. Let's throw those guys in there. That's about to finish, so let's grab some SCVs. And we're going to call down a mule over here too. And look at that. 150, perfect timing. Transfer's a little late, but other than that, not a big deal. So, go ahead and throw guys into gas now. I'm sometimes late throwing guys into gas. It's actually quite bad if you are. It does affect you in a pretty negative way if you're, 30-40 seconds late throwing guys in gas, so not something you want to do. Alright, So we're going to go one more round of Marines, and then we're going to get our add-ons. And we're going to need a supply depot here. So go ahead and start one depot. I'm only going to need one because of all the add-ons I'm going to throw down. It doesn't make sense to get any more than that. So let's go ahead and grab our tech lab on here. Again, I have no idea what this guy is doing or what race he is. So I'm going to pretend like he's either a Zerg or a Terran, and I'm going to go Marine heavy. Hopefully it's not Protoss. Now I have enough money for a factory, we're going to grab that. We're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves 2 more supply depots, so we don't supply block. And we need to grab this 3rd gas, so we throw our factory down. So we want to build the time stuff up. You notice I had all that extra money, it's now all gone.
Insufficient.
Marauder, look at that. Stim right away.
Not enough energy.
And I got my factory down. So I managed to grab Stim right away and got my factory. See those 2 depots, how important they're going to be? Make sure we grab one more and start a Marine production. And throw guys in gas here. And we're going to grab that extra depot because it is going to be important. Make sure we have our rally set. Can I call that mules? Yes. Let's get those down. Start our starport. Get our factory with our reactor. Got all my buildings on hotkeys, so there's no messing around there. We need another depot, so we're going to throw that down. And looks like I can get a Marauder and another Marine, so I don't quite have enough money for another depot, so we're not going to bother with that just yet.
SCV ready.
Again, I'm kind of keeping 2s on my command centers, and then just throwing mules whenever I get the opportunity. So we got another mule there. Some more Marines going. Make sure that's making another depot. And we're at about 840 here, so things are looking pretty good. Let's get that extra Marauder out, send that guy back to mine, and then we're going to switch over, get our starport, and start our medevacs right away. So we should have pretty consistent timing on our medevacs here. Let's see. Things are looking good. Get another one of blues, and we're going to grab another depot. You need 2 depots at a time here. Marauder. Things looking good. Haven't been attacked or anything yet. He hasn't done anything, so still don't know what race this guy is or what he's trying to do, but whatever. No big deal. Make sure we grab those. 2 more medevacs in queue. And 3 instead of a Marauder. I would rather have a Marauder. We're going to grab everything, and we're going to move out. And we're just going to queue to the front of his base so everything rallies up there. Straight over. Normally you want to clear out watchtowers. I'm not really going to worry about that too much here. Just make sure we have our depots. You can see, got a lot of food, got a lot of extra money, so we're going to throw down 2 more barracks. Still making SCVs. Still no reason to take 3rd gas. And we're going to attack him. Looks like he's Terran. He's got a pretty decent force here. No micro, no micro. I think my force is a little bit stronger. He's got combat shields and +1. So Summer's actually quite powerful here. But as you can see, mine's just a little bit better. So make sure we get these depots, even though we're losing part of our army here. Add those extra barracks there. Have our army. Make sure we're attack moving. This is a planetary fortress, so it's going to start hurting soon. Again, not microing, which kind of sucks, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to take that out. Add our add-ons to our barracks. Managed to kill that off. And things are looking good. Need a couple extra depots. And there we go. That's game 1. Now, if you notice something really cool in that game, I guess he was bronze Sigurd. I thought he'd be silver, but oh well. It's first game of the new matchmaking system. I keep going kind of up and down for who I'm playing here. However, if you notice something really cool in that game, that guy actually was fairly solid. He had, I mean, the planetary at the bottom was kind of stupid, but his army wasn't that much different than mine. He had +1 attack. He had combat shields. Those are both better upgrades than Stim I'm not going to use, and not having any plus attack. However, I should have much stronger, better macro. I had more stuff. There's really nothing you could do about it. He didn't have enough units. I killed him. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. We're going to head into our second game here. And this time we're going to play Protoss. See how this goes. This is on Core Hull Compound, not my favorite map in the world. If you are a Terran, I would generally say to just take this map out of your pool. A lot of people say you should just play every map, and there's some
Not enough minerals.
some positives to that.
Minerals.
I really subscribe to that theory though. If I don't like a particular map, there's not really any reason to play it. Play the game for fun, not to have stress on certain maps.
Not enough minerals.
The reason I don't like this map is their base is really difficult to take,
Not enough
as well as when you're playing Protoss on it, it's nearly
Not
impossible to
enough
get a good
minerals.
position. There's only really a couple of spots you can engage. You can engage kind of in this area, and it's okay, but it still gives them pretty good advantage.
Not enough
And that's
minerals.
pretty much it. If you get caught over here,
Not enough minerals.
there's no place to retreat or anything like that, so
Not
it's
enough
tough.
minerals.
Just make sure we wish this guy good luck, have fun.
SCV ready. Go ahead. Let's go.
And we're just going to go ahead and execute our build there.
Bad news.
Let's see how things go. You see the player's getting a little bit better.
Additional supply.
That last game's a good example of me not wanting a micro to make it really overemphasize the point of just how strong this can be. If you are played solid, it's a really good example game for that because he had better upgrades than me.
SCV ready.
Oh, we got a probe coming to harass here. Let's see.
Not enough
He's
minerals.
not going to. It's a really good game to kind of demonstrate things. So we'll see. I'll talk about that in 1 sec. I might have to do with this probe. Oh, it's leaving my base.
Bad news.
I like this leaving my base, but I'll go ahead and wall in. So what I was saying about the last game being a really good example of how the style of play or how just having really solid fundamental mechanics helps you is he had better upgrades. He had a fair amount of units. I mean, he wasn't really short on anything. He had medevacs too, just like I did. But what really set us apart is the fact that I just had way more units. I was just able to macro him. I was also much better funded in the back, so eventually he's not going to be able to rebuild that army nearly as fast as I would be able to. It does make a big difference. So I'm gonna catch this guy, make sure we send him back to mine. Get our orbital going. And just keep making Marines. Also things like, you know, he had a planetary, it didn't matter, I just had enough stuff to kill that and still kill his base. You saw that he wasn't able to reinforce really, right? So it's kind of a big deal.
What's going?
So we're gonna get ready here. Let's pull our SCV, that's just about the right time. Get an extra Marine queued up.
Upgrade complete.
Start an SCV, call down our
Not
mule.
enough
This guy gets
minerals.
here, and command center.
Not enough
Nearly
minerals.
perfect. That's awesome. So next thing I'm looking for is making sure I'm not missing that SCV. And then I'm going to make a supply depot. This map, I'm going to make the supply depot up here. Pull it back.
Not enough minerals.
And make sure my Marines are coming. Perfect.
Not
Now
enough.
I got to get that bunker down. And same thing, we're going to pull the bunker back a little bit to hopefully get a better concave. Choke's actually a little bit wider here than it is in other maps, but it's still a good technique. And not missing a Marine, not missing a SCV. And we're going to get ready to add on our extra 2 barracks. One thing about the bunker is, especially in TVP, if your bunker is late, it can really hurt, so you never really want to be late there. There we go, first barracks, and an SCV, and then second barracks.
Not enough minerals.
And I should hit that Marine too. Yeah, got everything, perfect. Again, I'm just hotkeying my army, making sure it's always on a hotkey so I can have quick access to it.
SCV ready.
Throw those guys in the bunker, and just rally to the bunker. And let's make sure we get all our barracks in a hotkey. And we're going to go ahead and take our double gas again.
SCV
Grab
ready.
some SCVs for the purpose of our transfer. Slam down a mule.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
And get our orbital going. So,
SCV ready.
yeah, the probe worries me a little bit, but that's just the stress of what I normally play. I don't like it when a probe just sort of enters my base and sneaks out. It can mean a lot of things, but I'm not worried about it in this case. I know I'm going to be able to beat this guy just having more stuff.
Upgrade
So,
complete.
since this finishes, let's call down that mule. Make sure we get our SCVs ready to go.
SCV ready.
Gonna go for 2 tech labs and 1 reactor this time because we're playing against Protoss.
SCV
So there's our first tech lab.
Unacceptable
There's our
landing
second tech
zone.
lab.
SCV ready.
And we need to grab 2 of these really quick. And a reactor. So threw down my 2 supply depots.
SCV ready.
Awesome. Gonna be able to grab my factory in just a second here.
Complete.
It's gonna be a little bit more important to get those marauders going. So Starting my Marauder production
SCV ready.
Add-on
before I worry
complete.
about that factory. And there goes next Marauder. There goes my
Additional
factory.
supply.
These guys are going to need to make more depots. That little supply block, but not too big. And there's another depot, so we need our 2 depots there. Factory 3 down, so we're going to need to grab this gas.
About to get heavy. SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Go time.
There we go.
Go on.
Make sure we have our rally set. We're
Insufficient
going to start
Vespene
stim in a
gas.
sec here.
SCV ready.
So we got stim going.
Not enough minerals. Not enough.
SCV ready.
Come on.
Not enough energy.
Gangway.
There we go. Hold on a mule. Still got SCVs going.
Oh, it's on.
Actually going to switch over into Marines just for a sec to time my build. Just run on my starport. Get my extra guys in gas.
Ready.
Now, this refinery is actually a little bit late. That's going to hurt. Slow my medevacs down a little bit. But we're going to overcome it. It won't
Not
be a
enough
big deal.
minerals.
Go, go, go.
So supplies looking good. We're going to make 1 depot, send 1 guy back to mine. Again, got a bunch of stuff in the front here. Let's put it all in one hotkey. Get our factory on a hotkey. Want to make sure you have all your buildings on a hotkey at all times if you can.
Baby. This better be good. SCV ready.
There we go. Nice round of production going. So that's going to finish up. We're going to have just enough gas to take care of it.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Apparently I can't land my starport today.
Gangway.
Need more supplies, so let's get those guys making sure they're getting the supply for us. And there goes our medevacs. Those medevacs are actually going to be a little bit late, but they still show up for 10 minutes. This is what we're looking for. Not bad.
SCV ready.
Pulling our mules down here. SV production's looking good. Spidey production's looking good.
Want some.
Nothing too special.
Go time.
Lots of Marines, lots of Marauders. We got a nice army food supply here. Get our extra 2 medevacs going. And we're actually going to start pushing out now.
Ready for dust off.
And there we go. And we're just going to push to his base.
SCV ready.
Yes, we could probably go kill
Want a
him.
piece of me, boy?
Got extra money, so we're going to throw down 2 extra barracks.
Not enough energy. Research.
Once we start learning how to take third properly, we're going to worry more about that. And our stim's finished in time, which is good. Lots of units in production. Let's see what he has.
This better be good. SCV ready.
Ready for dust off.
To ball up my army first before I go in. We're going to go in here. And he has no expansion yet. So, see what kind of stuff he has. He doesn't really. He's got a 4-gate, he's got a bunch of zealots. I'm not going to do anything. Because I have those medevacs, his zealots are going to melt. There's really nothing you can do about this. Forced me out for a while. Normally, in a situation like this, I would drop behind him, but no micro, not going to do that. Still got me. Yeah, I'm still making SCVs. He's got a decent amount of stuff, but nothing special. Just pull those back. You know what? Medevac's getting too far forward.
SCV ready.
And we're able to attack into him now.
SCV
So,
ready.
again, I'm not microing. I'm just going to rely on making way more stuff than he can actually handle.
SCV ready.
So,
Add-on.
attacking in. Just doing an attack move, nothing special, not even stimming. He's microing his heart out, doing everything he can. And he's really not having a whole lot of luck, is he? Again, no micro, my units are separating. And now he's getting a little bit angry. But that's okay. It's just because his macro is not very good.
This better be
Some
good.
more medevacs. You see my money is flying
Ready
up.
for dust off.
Again, I'm not too worried about it. I'm not trying to overpower with spending that right now. That's all stuff that's going to be used for upgrades and that kind of stuff.
Go, go, go. Armed and ready.
Kelly's not overly happy about the fact that he's still in the game, but nothing I can really do about that.
Go ahead. SCV ready.
And get our last 2 depots. See, almost mined out in our main, but not a big deal. Covered everything, attack moving it. Yeah, we're going to keep going. See, he's still a little bit angry. See? Still a little bit angry. And based on that, he probably took a hidden base, so I'm going to go through a quick poke on the replay here. See if he did. That's going to be it. I'm just going to play the 2 games out here. One thing to note too, I am playing games in my spare time on this account just to kind of get to the same point. What I mean by the same point is I need to get it up to Gold League now, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't think there's a big gap between Silver and Bronze, so I'm not too concerned. But what I am going to do though is use the same techniques I'm using now. The games actually end fairly quickly, so I'm not going to do anything really fancy in those games, and I will be releasing replay packs of games I play. The reason I'll be releasing the replay packs is so it's really easy for you guys to download and see, hey, what I'm doing actually works. So, what's this guy doing? By the council, 4 gateways. Sure, 5 gateways. 1 base, I don't see anything else. Quickly pause it on 10 minutes. It's 104 food to 77. 77 is actually not bad. But here's the big number. 52 SCVs to 33. Really not going to be able to do anything you can do about that. Again, I don't even have +1 or anything. I'm just attack moving. Nothing really to do about that. And I guess he didn't have a hidden base, so I don't know what he was talking about there. We can see at 14 minutes into the game, after losing 29 units, I still have 181 food. That's off 2 bays. Yeah, 81 of that is SCV, so I'd cut that sooner, but I made sure to keep up with my SCV production just for the sake of practice. Normally I'd stop at about 65, but it should give you a good idea. Again, I'm at 181 food. I lost 29 units. A lot of those are probably Marines, but some are probably Marauders too. That's about a 14-minute 200 army. That's not hard to do, and I'm talking 14-minute 200 army off 2 base and 5 barracks. Not really that difficult. I also have a whole bunch of money banked, so taking an extra base, transferring those SCVs, still getting that 14-minute max. Hey, guess what? I could do all that stuff. So pretty simple, straightforward games today. Alright, so that wraps up episode number 4. Hopefully you've had a lot of success with the first 2 lessons I've kind of taught. Hopefully it's improving your game. You're seeing some holes that maybe you didn't think you had. They're relatively easy to plug. I'm not doing anything that takes a ton of APM or a ton of skill to do. This is not multi-pronged 300 APM drop stuff. This is just good, solid, hard macro. And I'm winning games really, really easily with it. So if you're in those lower leagues, it's not tough to do it. Even as you climb up to platinum and stuff like that, I mean, these are games you can win with this style of play. If I did take advantage of Stim, I'd have no trouble winning in Diamond with build like this. In fact, this is very similar to what I do in my real TVP against Master League players. Now, I take a little bit faster third, and I grab an upgrade, like +1 when I'm doing it. But this is very similar style of play to what I use in my higher level games. So, really cool, really easy, really straightforward. Now, episode number 5 is going to be essentially the 3rd lesson. Episode number 5 is going to be what I call Gold League concepts. For Gold League concepts, what we're going to be looking at now is upgrades. When to get them and what they mean. This one is probably going to be a little bit longer of a lesson, so I'm going to go through quite a few upgrades. When to get them, how to get them, what races get them against, that kind of stuff. You know, advantages of Stim over Combat Shield or Combat Shield over Stim, that kind of really, really simple, straightforward stuff that seems logical, but it's not always. So we're going to run through that. We're going to look into reasons to tech, so when to get maybe a Banshee or something like that, and then we're going to look at how to tech safely. So what I mean by teching safely, teching is getting, you know, your factory up, getting your starport up, but teching is then going into and getting your +1, +2 upgrades. How to get those without sacrificing too much. So it's really, really important. The other thing that I'm going to look at is what teching up too fast or upgrading too fast does. I've seen a lot of games where people are grabbing 2 engineering bays, getting the +1 off one of them, but then they don't use the second one and they're already getting an armory. So that could easily be trimmed down to just 1 engineering bay, a little later armory. You get the upgrades at the same time. So we can kind of clean up some of that stuff. Take a look at some upgrades that we need to get. The other thing we're going to look at is attacking after a key upgrade. So if you notice right now, I'm doing a lot of stuff in for attacking right after stim finishes. Stim's a really cool upgrade to attack after. It's really simple and basic. Your units can get away from the battle if they need to, as well as crush in and just kill the guy if he doesn't have enough stuff. Stim's a really good upgrade to attack after you get. But we're going to look at all the upgrades that are really good to attack after, or maybe use to defend, that kind of stuff. So we'll take a look at that, and then we're going to take a look a little bit more specifically at just using that upgrade to time your attack. So rather than looking at, we're going to attack at 11 minutes, well, if we attack at 11 minutes and our +1's 20 seconds away, it doesn't do us any good, right? So we're going to look at, taking advantage of that upgrade. And that's all going to be for episode 5. Hopefully you stick with me and take a look at that. Episode 5 is where your play is going to really start to jump. Right now you're just looking at basic concepts, really basic, straightforward gameplay. Episode number 5, we're going to take a look at a lot more advantageous stuff. This is going to start to be really, really cool.